Hi, this is Luis Khan, and in this lecture, we will learn about a new feature of path loss. Sometimes, what happens is that, for example, if we have a network and because of any constraint or anything, there's an area that we don't want to have an active site. For example, their budget is not very good, or the site was just made and the connectivity was not possible, or the area is not that much good that you can put a active equipment there. So in that scenario, we are bound to make a passive repeater. So in a passive repeater, you have a site where there is no active equipment. There are either two antennas or some deflection plates which deflects the microwave. It is generally these kind of links are made in valleys where you don't have a direct line of sight, so you use the mountains to make a deflection. But that is a pure technical thing. But generally, path loss can suggest us in these scenarios. So, for example, if we take these sites, for example, these are the three sites, and because of any reason, we want to make this site as a passive repeater. The reason may be, as I just discussed, there may be any kind of reason. So what we do, how we make it in path loss. So this is quite simple. We just have to select these sites. There are some prerequisites of making a passive repeater. Let us try. Let's start. We will see the prerequisites are listed as well. So we go to operations and create passive repeater. So these are the three criteria that we must meet. One is that there should be at least two links with a common site. So these are two links and one site is common. Each link must have a link file, so the link file is there. PathLoss has checked it. If anyone should not be there, it should have crossed it with a red signal. And both sides should be fully planned. Everything should be there. Fully transmission design should be there. Let me show you. This site, this is fully made. We have very low fade margin, but no problem. Similarly, this site is fully made. We have again very low fade margin. So the link will have very low fade margin that we can already assume, because we will remove one active link from here and we'll just put two dishes in place of it. So, but we meet these criteria. So we have three type of passive repeater. One is back-to-back antenna that we will be using, but we can use a rectangular passive repeater, and we use two rectangular, double rectangular passive repeaters also. So rectangular passive repeaters are very complex, not very easy to make, but we can make it. And for that, this site has to be made on not in the path but on a side, because it will reflect. You need some point to reflect, so you can either have a passive reflector here or you can have it here, rectangular passive repeater. But for back-to-back antenna, this is very beautiful site. I mean, we can have, for back-to-back antenna, we can have any kind of inclination, that is no problem. But this will also be good because we are in a path. So we selected our sites. It looks to be good, so we say yes. So you can see that it has made a single profile for these three sites. This is the middle site. It has shown it because there is no active equipment, so it is not showing anything here. And if you see, it's not showing any performance because the fade margin is in negative. The link is also not fully ready now because fade margin has gone negative. But my point was not to show you a viable link, but to show you how to do it. So this is how we can make a link with a passive repeater. If we really want to implement this link, then we can still do it. We have to change the dishes, and we have to make a very big dishes for that, but it will hopefully work. But for the time being, let's assume that it's a fine link. When you are making any two sites and trying to create a passive repeater, you just have to ensure that both the link individually, they have a very high fade margin so that they can be used in that scenario. So I hope that you will like it. You should have understood that how we create a passive link. If I will close it and I will save it, you see it will save a new file, because the old two files also will remain there, but there should be one new file with the whole profile. So it has saved a new file. The new file has the name of passive in it. And if you see now, if I click here, it select it as a single link. Like for example, here it is a single link. But here I can click anywhere, so it makes it a single link. So the main file is above these two files. If I create the passive repeater, then I will be able to select it as two different links. So let's meet in some next video. Goodbye.